Hi everybody, welcome back. Today I am doing a look for you using a Wet n Wild palette. This one is called the Comfort Zone. I was asked by my good friend Mel to do a tutorial using this palette, so I was very happy to do so. I used all the colors on this side. I don't know what's happening. I can't really pull off green at the moment. My skin is really yellow. I'm not jaundiced, but my skin tone has changed. I'm even more yellow now than I was before, and for some reason, anytime I put green on, I kind of look sick. So until I find the correct shade of green, I will probably be steering clear of green. So I decided to use this side. I used all affordable products in this tutorial for everybody. So here's a little close-up on the eyes. A little bit dark for daytime, but I think it's pretty. I'm actually going out right now. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm getting ready to go to do a little bit of grocery shopping and whatnot. So if you guys are interested in seeing today's look using the Wet n Wild palette, keep watching. It's coming right up. I am going to start off by using a little bit of BB cream. This is from Garnier, and I don't feel so bad about using this now because it is available in the United States. My packaging might look a little bit different because that was sent to me by my friend Gemma, who lives in the UK. So I'm just going to put this all over using my fingers. Okay, now that we have that on, I am going to conceal a little bit. And I wanted to use all products that were affordable, but I don't have like a solid concealer like this in a cheaper brand, a less expensive brand, so I'm kind of stuck using my Laura Mercier. So I'm going to use this to get rid of the redness that I have on my cheek. The next thing I'm going to use is a little bit of my NYX powder foundation. I really like using this. Whenever I use anything that's kind of light on my face, like the BB cream or the tinted moisturizer, a lot of times I will go over it with just a little bit of the powder foundation just to give a little extra. And this is what it looks like. And I'm going to use it on this Sephora. This is actually a bronzer brush, but I like using it for this foundation. Okay, for my eyebrows, I'm going to use my e.l.f. eyebrow kit. And don't mind my nails. I'm actually going today to get my nails done because, and I know that I probably shouldn't. And there's probably going to be a couple of you that says, don't get your nails done, don't get acrylics, but I kind of have to. My nails are splitting halfway down. I mean, I don't know if you can see how short that one is, but it kind of went so low that I ended up bleeding because it ripped off. And I've been walking around with band-aids on my fingers and I can't get anything done with band-aids on. So I'm going to go get some acrylic nails. I'm going to have them make them really short. But this is just an example of what's happening. If you guys can see that split, that got caught on one of my blankets the day before yesterday and it ripped even more. And it hurts so bad I can't stand it. So almost all of my nails are doing that. And they're covered up now with nail polish, but I mean, this one is really bad. It ripped all the way over here in the corner. So I'm going to go do it. I'm going to go get the acrylics put on because I can't stand the pain in my fingertips. So anyway, I'm using my Japanesque brush to apply this eyebrow color. And this is a little bit light for me. But I think at the moment, with my hair being the way that it is, it doesn't really matter too much. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get started on my eyes. And for a base, I'm going to start off with this color, or this color cream base from LA Splash. This is what it's called. And this is what it looks like. And on the back, it just simply says highlight. So I'm going to apply this with my finger, and I'm going to put it all over my lid. I also like using this because it's a little more creamy, so when I put my eyeshadow on, the eyeshadow will really stick. Because if you've ever used these Wet n Wild colors, you know that they're very pigmented, and you tend to get quite a bit of drop down onto your cheeks from these eyeshadows. So it really helps to put something on that will allow the eyeshadow to stick. What I'm going to do next is use a little bit of my NYX Jumbo pencil right here in the corner. And I probably should have put this on first, but I forgot. And I really want this inner corner area to be highlighted, so that's why I've decided to use this. I'm just going to blend it up and out. I'm going to start off with this color here. It's actually the brow bone color, and I'm going to use that little brush, and I'm just going to put that in the inner corner here to start off with. I'm just going to push it right over the NYX pencil. Now what I'm going to do is take this color here, it's the pink color. I'm going to be using colors from this side for this look today. I'm going to take it on a flat eyeshadow brush, and I'm just going to push that in right onto the lid, right up to the crease. I'm just going to kind of keep it right here in the center, right where we put the lighter color, and just to about right there. We're going to put a darker color in the outer corner. The next color that I'm going to use is going to be this dark color here. And I'm going to use that same brush. Keep hitting myself. Oh, this color is very, very, very pigmented. If you can see that, I barely touched the brush into it. So you want to really tap off a lot of that. It's always a good idea to start off with just a small amount as opposed to a ton. It's easier to work with a small amount. So really what I'm doing is pushing this in, and I'm actually going to push this into my crease. Because what I'm going to do is just take that little bit that I pushed into my crease and blend that up past my crease onto my brow bone. When I have colors that are this pigmented and this dark, I find that if I push the color into my crease and I blend it up, it's just enough color. I don't have to keep dipping back into the eyeshadow. Okay, so now we're going to blend that. I'm going to use this brush here to blend, and I'm going to start out here and just start blending it upward. And I tend to use little round circles, and then I kind of bring the color in. But I think that when you're blending, you should do what is comfortable for you. You know, what I do may not be comfortable for you, so really it's all about kind of like trial and error and doing what works for you. I mean, I can give you tips and suggestions, but ultimately when it comes down to it, you have to be comfortable with the way that you're applying your makeup and the way that you're blending. Okay, I'm going to go back into the palette and I'm going to take some of the brown, and I'm going to use that same fluffy brush, and I'm just going to kind of take the tip of that brush and put it into the brown like this. I'm going to put that right over the top of that other color. It's going to warm this up a little bit. And then blend it up. For my lower lash line area, I'm actually going to go into the brown. I'm going to take the brown and I'm just going to use my crease brush here. Kind of go back and forth with it. I am going to take a little bit of this Wet n Wild color here. It is called Brulee, and this is a good dupe for Max Brulee. I'm going to use that, and I'm going to put that right underneath my eyebrow here, and I'm going to run it into the darker color. I'm going to take a little bit of the pink color, and I'm going to run that right in this area here, right over the top of that brown that we put, because we just put a light dusting of the brown. So I'm just going to push this in. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and curl my lashes now. And I'm going to use a black mascara for this look today. Now this might be a little bit dark for some of you. If you find that this bottom color here is too dark, if I can get it open. If you find that this color is too dark, just use that one for your outer V area. And I'm going to apply to the top and the bottom. Okay, we're done with the eyes. So what I'm going to do now is finish up the rest of my face. Zoom in here a little bit. I'm going to use some of my Pixie Peach corrector, and I just take that on my finger, the tip of my finger, and just kind of push it in. I don't generally use a brush with this. I find that using my fingers works best, because it is a solid, it's not a liquid, so it's a little bit easier to work with. For my concealer, I'm going to use my Neutrogena Healthy Skin. Are you gonna focus? Get my head out of the way. Brightening Eye Perfector. I need some brightening, so I'm just going to push that in right over here and here. Whoops, that was a big gob. Now I am going to use a brush for this. I'm just going to go ahead and use the Real Techniques Dome brush to kind of push this in, get it around to where I need it to go. A lot of times you'll hear people say, you know, just put concealer in the corner, but I agree with that. You put it where you need it, and you don't always just need it in the corner of your eye. I need it all over. I don't know if it shows up on camera, but I get quite a bit of darkness even out in this area here. It's almost like the, I don't know, the veins or whatever are showing up more now. I don't know. Chemo sucks. I swear I've aged in the last 5 months because of this chemo. For underneath my for my under eye area, I'm going to use a little bit of my e.l.f. High Definition Powder, which is very, very similar to the Makeup Forever HD powder. I just put a little bit in the lid. Very, very similar to the Makeup Forever HD. The Makeup Forever HD is $15. This is $3. Okay, I think what I'm going to do now is bronze up a little bit. What I'm going to use for my bronzer is this. It's from Palladio. It's an herbal mosaic powder, but it's got these really nice tones to it that you can use for bronzing. I'm going to use it on a Real Techniques blush brush, which I like better for bronzing as opposed to using for blush because it's too big. Too big for me. But I do like to use it for my bronzer. And again, as always, if you have short hair or hardly any hair like me, or you're going to wear your hair back, make sure that you do your ears. And then also go down your neck. I'm wearing a V-neck today, so I definitely have to go down my neck. I got this lovely scar on my chest and clavicle from that. I don't know if you guys remember, but when I was first in the hospital, they put this, I have this thing. This is called a PICC line. This goes right to my heart. Well, they have another one. They have other kinds that are very similar. The one that I had was in my chest. It was called a Hickman. And I have a scar from that. It got infected when I was in the hospital and they had to remove it, which I was very happy about because I hated that thing. Now this is just going to be a real light kind of bronzer. It's nothing really heavy. But I'm sure you all know how to put bronzer on and where to put it, just in the places where the sun would naturally hit your face. Alrighty. Now that we are nice and bronzed, we are going to use some blush, and I'm going to use my favorite blush from Jordana. It's called Rose Silk. I love this blush. I hate saying love. Seems kind of weird, but I do. I like it. It's one of my favorite. I'm going to use it on a crown brush that I got. My sister bought for me. I'm just going to put this right in here. Top of my cheekbone and back. We got the blush on. Go ahead and move on to lipstick, and I'm going to do something that is a little bit kind of peachy coral. I'm going to use this lip liner from Rimmel. It is called Spice. It is number 11. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and line my lips with this. I'm just going to fill in a little bit with this as well. Going to use some of my Revlon Color Burst lipstick in Peach. This is what it looks like. Very pretty color. I'm going to use a lip brush to put this. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and go over that with a lip gloss. This is the number 7 lip gloss that I have. And this is called Tangerine Twist. It's a beautiful, just dropping stuff everywhere. It matches this lip gloss, or this lipstick, almost perfectly. And I really like it a lot. For those of you with small lips like me, sometimes it helps to put like a little bit of a highlight right in the center. And what I did was I just took a little bit of my Wet n Wild Mega Shimmer Dust. And it's a huge mess. This one is White Lotus. So I'm just kind of pushing that into my lip. Pretty. And also, I think, you know, I really like the eyes the way that they are. I think they're pretty. I'm going to omit the black eyeliner on the waterline today to lessen the dramatic look of it. Obviously, this is kind of dark for daytime. I think it's pretty. I'm actually going to wear this. I'm getting ready to leave the house. But I think if you add the black eyeliner, obviously it's going to make it look even more dramatic. But I think it's really pretty and I like it a lot. But what you can do is, to kind of make it pop a little bit more, is take a little bit of this Wet n Wild Mega Shimmer on a brush. See if I can find the correct brush here. I'm going to use this brush here. And you take just a little bit, kind of like maybe what's in the lid. And you just push it right over the top of your eyeshadow, just kind of in the center. So there we go with the eyes. I really like this. I think this is pretty. I like it a lot. So yeah, this was requested by Mel, my good friend Mel, and she asked that I do a look using that Comfort Zone palette. But anyway, I hope you guys like today's look. Look at this. My hair is growing into a mohawk. I have a little mohawk right here, and it's kind of like growing inward. It's kind of embarrassing. It won't lay down. I'm kind of hoping that I don't end up with the same problem that my son did. He had a mohawk for a long time, probably till he was almost 3. No matter what we did, it still stayed up, and it had got about this high. And we would comb it down when it was wet, and it would just pop right back up again. So hopefully I don't end up with a mohawk. But anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you to Mel for making the request. I always appreciate those. And you guys take care. Let me know what you think of the look. Bye.